Hey guys, my name's Steph, I'm Botanist Cool, and today we're painting Dola from Lupita, Castle in the Sky. And if you guys like Miyazaki films, leave me a like, subscribe, and a comment down below. Tell me what your favorite Miyazaki film is, or if you don't have a single favorite, tell me your top three. My top three, in no particular order per se, is Nausicaa Valley of the Winds, Lupita, Castle in the Sky, and Princess Mononoke. These movies are beautiful. Their animation is so well done. They have a lot of great anti-war and a lot of great environmentalism messagings in there. And the director, Miyazaki, is just he gets banger after banger after banger. It's so good. Like, really, guys, go see them. And if you have the chance to, go watch video essays about Miyazaki and his influences. He's obviously influenced a lot by the bombings of Hiroshima and Nagasaki. He's obviously influenced a lot by his childhood and environmentalism and what he imagined was going on around like the shrines and the areas around him. So go look up some video essays, go look up some like written journals. I know we don't really read that much. I usually do like audiobooks and like video essays nowadays because I am too lazy to read it myself, but do so. You're gonna learn so much from not only history, but from like a different perspective that you're not used to. And Miyazaki's a freaking genius of all that kind of stuff. So please go look up those video essays and go watch this film if you haven't already. This is gonna be like a 4-minute tangent of me saying this film's amazing. And like, hold on, wait. Let me just 1 second. Hold on. I'm gonna look up the Wikipedia real quick. This film came out in Japan on August 2nd, 1986. So that's about 40 years ago. That's about, no, -3, so 37 years ago. And then it came out in the US in 1988, so that's 35 years ago. And then 10 years later, 25 years ago, Disney re-released it with new dubs. And y'all had 25 and 35 years to watch this film. Please go watch it. It's so goddamn good. It is so good. And it was released internationally by Buena Vista in 2003. So if you're outside of the US, you've had about 20 years now. And I would highly recommend going to see this film if at all possible. Find it on YouTube, or not YouTube, find it on a streaming service, or if there is, it might be on YouTube. You could probably like rent or buy from YouTube. I know they do that now on YouTube, but definitely go give this film a watch. It is fantastic. And one of my favorite parts about this film is Dola, this character we're painting right now. So Miyazaki has a lot of very strong female characters on here, especially like in his films. He has a lot of really strong middle-aged female characters who are just absolutely badass. Sometimes they're antagonists to the party, sometimes they're not, sometimes they're a weird mixture of both. I know like Princess Mononoke, I don't remember her name. I think it's something like Ibushi, or no, hold on. Give me 1 second. Her name is Lady Eboshi. She is a very strong-willed, independent woman who's very pro-human, but like in Princess Mononoke, you know, and the whole story is very pro-environmental. It's a very interesting like dynamic to have in a story where you have opposing factions, or factions that are somewhat antagonistic to one another, who are well-written, well-structured, and well-meaning in their own different ways, and I really appreciate that. And the same goes for, you know, Castle in the Sky a bit. You know, you have Dola, which is a leader of a ragtag group of pirates, the matriarch of this ragtag group of pirates who just want to get their riches, want to get their gold and do what they gotta do. And they're going, looking for these riches and having a good time doing so. And they team up with Lupita and company to just kind of like find this giant flying castle in the sky. It is absolutely amazing. I don't want to spoil too much of the movie for you guys, so I'm going to leave it there. I highly recommend watching it. Let's get on to the painting stuff, all right? So first and foremost, you're going to notice this mini looks a little weird because I screwed up on the priming. I absolutely screwed up. I ended up breaking the tip of the primer, and it just ended up spraying everywhere and not in a fine mist. So I ended up getting a very thick coat of primer onto my model, and it looked really bad, and it felt chalky and really bad. If you guys know me, I have a thing against chalk. Like, I can't touch chalk physically. It is the most disgusting feeling. I am shivering down my body as I'm saying that. The only reason I could touch is because I knew the primer wasn't chalk and it wasn't anywhere near as bad. It just, it reminded me so much of it, and I'm literally cringing right now thinking about it. But getting the layers of paint over it got it to be a little bit better, a little bit smoother, and honestly, it was a lot of fun to paint Dola. It was a very simple paint, but I did something that I hadn't done in any other painting. I actually tried to shade not using washes, and I think that turned out amazing. As you guys watch the rest of this video, you're gonna see that when I'm shading, I'm actually using a different shade of the blue or a different shade of whatever color I need to use to actually apply the effect, instead of trying to use a wash just to get down and use technical paints. And I think that worked out very well for me because, one, I was able to practice doing a lot of mixing for paints, and two, I was actually able to get a look that I really, really appreciated that didn't look as murky and as gunky as a wash does. Washes are fantastic if you know how to use them. I don't know how to use them yet. I'm not well practicing washes, so it's not a great thing for me to use. So I'm glad I was able to really practice just using normal paint to make these different shades, like in the arms, between the legs, underneath the ripples of her clothing, that kind of stuff. And I think it went very, very well. I'm very proud of this, even though I screwed up the priming like no goddamn tomorrow. I am very proud of this model. The hair was also a very interesting thing to do because she had a hair color that's like what I would call like salmon. I don't know if that's the right color name for it, but I would call it salmon. I don't know, like an orangey salmon. So I tried doing a little bit of I did a little bit more orange to start with, and it turned out well. And then I tried to dry brush pink onto it at the end, and that turned out very well as well. So I'm very happy with how her hair turned out. I'm very happy with how everything's turned out on her. This is one of my favorite models I've painted. I think it's one of the best models I've done so far, even though I fucked up that primer so goddamn royally. Anyways, there's not really much technical to talk about this painting. I think it was a really great time. I had a lot of fun with it. And if you guys enjoy Miyazaki films, again, like, subscribe, all that cool stuff. Tell me down below what your favorite thing about your favorite Miyazaki film is, and yeah, enjoy the rest of this video. We should be getting on to the end soon. I hope you all had a great time today, and hey, it should be the 31st today, so Happy New Year. If you want the VOD will be up in 2 hours at 12 p.m. EST, and we should be streaming some minis painting here on the Twitch channel at 7 p.m. EST. Y'all stay safe, stay Botanist Cool, and I'll see you soon. Bye, everyone!